NFL Week 6 combo video where we break down two games, both being played on Sunday afternoon, starting with the 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff between the Saints and the Patriots, where we have a look on the side, as well as a 4:25 p.m. Eastern kickoff between the Bengals and the Packers, where we have a play on the total, as well as a lean on a plus 320 first touchdown scorer. I'm Steve Seagrave from Sports Memo and Picks and Parlays, and I am in action for Week 6 with a 5% NFL max bet. We're now on a 5-1 run with our NFL 5% plays so far this season. We've pulled in a profit now in each of the last 4 weeks of the year, including Week 5, which was our best week, where we went 4-1. If you guys enjoy this content, you already know what to do. Hit that like button for me if you would. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. And drop those Week 6 picks in the comment section. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my plays in this video. I'll check those comments and respond back to you guys. So recap on last week's video. We went 2-1. We did a combo video there as well. Cashed in on the Raiders team total under 19.5. Cashed in. This was actually an official play for clients as well. Drake May on Sunday Night Football over 224.5 passing yards. He crushed that one. Unfortunately, our over 49.5 for Bills Patriots fell short with the 23-20 final. But we're going to look to dig into two games again this week, starting with Patriots minus 3.5. Total sitting at 45.5 as they go on the road in New Orleans, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff. And we've seen some money coming in on the over, as this one opened at 44.5. And we've seen some money coming in on my Patriots, as this one opened at 3. And I agree with that line movement. I think this is a Patriots spot here. Let's dig into it. Patriots coming off the 23-20 victory over the Bills surprised me. This team might be for real. They're now 3-2 on the year after beating the Bills on Sunday Night Football. We did lose Antonio Gibson, unfortunately, but we got a couple of other solid running backs. I know Stevenson has had some issues with the fumbles, but he did find the end zone. And Henderson continues to improve as well. On the other side, we have the Saints sitting at 1-4 now on the year. They finally got into the victory column last week against the Giants. The Giants basically handed them the game on a silver platter. The Saints were outgained in that game. And outside of the 87-yard touchdown pass, they averaged only 4 yards per play. Giants also with 5 turnovers. And as a Patriots fan, it's tough to win a game when you turn the ball over 5 times, especially when 2 of them are on the 1-yard line against the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I digress. I'm looking at Patriots here, laying the 3.5 points. I obviously would prefer to get the 3 and avoid the hook. I think this is Pats by a touchdown, though. Alvin Kamara questionable for the Saints with an ankle injury, and if he's not out there, this is going to be tough sledding here for the Saints, as Rattler is basically, he hasn't been throwing a lot of picks, but he's been more of a game manager at best. A couple weeks ago, we saw the Patriots crush a similar team in the Panthers, 42-13. This is obviously a potential letdown spot for the Patriots after the big divisional win against Buffalo. But Mike Vrabel's the type of coach, he's going to coach this team up and have them ready to go on the road to face the Saints. This Patriots defense, 9th ranked scoring defense, 4th fewest rushing yards allowed per game. And then the passing defense with Christian Gonzalez now in the mix continues to improve. He's a stud out there. And it makes his defense look completely different when he's on the field. So we're going to go Patriots here, laying the 3.5. Like I said, if you can find the 3 at a reasonable price, but I see this as a Patriots by 7 type of game. It could even be by more. I don't have a lot of respect for this Saints team right now. And like I said, their one win against the Giants, what was it, 26-14. 5 Giants turnovers. They were outgained in that game. And like I said, you take away that huge play, and they barely did anything offensively. So we'll start the video off there. Patriots laying the 3.5. Number 2 on the docket, we got the Pack, minus 14 coming off of the bye. Total sitting at 44.5. A little bit of money on the Packers as this one opened at 13.5. Big money on the over here as this one opened at 42.5. I couldn't agree more. I see this as a high-scoring game for multiple reasons that we'll get into, but Green Bay sitting at 2-1-1 on the year, coming off of the bye. Last time out was that 40-40 tie against the Cowboys. Cincinnati now 2-3 on the year. Lost their last one against Detroit 37-24. Browning threw 3 picks in that one, and now he's been replaced. They traded for Joe Flacco, and he'll be the starting quarterback for this game for the 4:25 Eastern kickoff in this one. Flacco already played and beat the Packers. It's their lone official loss on the season with Cleveland, where they lost that one 13-10 way back in week 3 weeks ago now. So like I said, we're going to be looking at the over here. The Bengals are, since week 1, they're now 3-1 to the over. And since that game in week 1, they've allowed an average of 35 points per game. This Green Bay offense has scored 27 plus points now in 3 of their first 4 games of the year, including that 40 points against Dallas a few weeks back. The only defense that really shut down the pack was Cleveland. We already kind of touched on that game, where they only scored 10 points, but they were on the road there. This Packers offense has been much better when they play at home. In 8 of their last home games, they've now scored 24 plus points. Green Bay defense, run defense is elite, allowing the second fewest rushing yards per game. But I see that as an advantage to this over, as Cincinnati, they're going to abandon the running game if they fall. I expect them to fall behind early. I expect them to lean on the passing game. They're not going to be able to run. They haven't been able to run on anybody. So I don't see them running on Green Bay. And if they're throwing, that means less clocks being run, and that's good for our over in this one. Also, Packers 4th in pressure rate. We know this Bengals offensive line is horrendous, and then you got Flacco now back there. He's basically a statue. But I think that's good for the over as well, as I think we could see some turnovers that lead to some quick points, some short field for the Packers at home where they're able to score quickly and keep this game moving towards a higher scoring pace. This feels like a 31-17 type of game to me, where the Packers take the lead early, let the foot off the gas a little bit, and when the Bengals are chucking it late, like I said, the clock won't be running, and they do their share to get us up and over this total of 44.5. So our 2 official plays for the video, we're going to lay 3.5 with the Patriots, and then we're going to go over 44.5 for Bengals Packers. During the intro, I mentioned a first touchdown scorer lean. I do an article every week for first touchdown plays over at Wager Talk News on X. And my favorite play this week is Josh Jacobs, plus 320 for the Pack. He hasn't scored a first touchdown yet, but he has scored a touchdown in 3 of 4 games on the year. He has the 3rd most red zone carries in the NFL, behind Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. But they've each played 1 more game than him. He's played 1 less game, and he still has the 3rd most red zone rushing attempts in the NFL. Now, this Bengals defense, allowing the 6th most rushing touchdowns. They've allowed a running back to score in every game so far this season. Green Bay has scored first now in all 4 of their games this year, while Cincinnati's only scored first in 1 of their 5 games. Green Bay's heavily favored in this one. Like we mentioned, minus 14 here, playing at home, coming off of the bye. They're going to have a scripted offense coming into the game. And I see Jacobs finding pay dirt. I see the Packers scoring first. And if they're going to score first, I like Josh Jacobs to get the job done, especially with how heavily he's been leaned on in the red zone. Plus 320, a little bit over 3-1. That's a nice ticket right there to put a little sprinkle on for a Josh Jacobs first touchdown. But that's just a lean. Like I said, our official plays, Pats laying 3.5, Cincinnati, Green Bay over 44.5. Guys, you got to check out the Weekend Warrior Pass over at Sports Memo and Picks and Parlays. You get all of my football for the entire weekends, Saturday through Monday, for $49. That includes my college football play of the week on Saturday. We cashed that one last week. Includes my 5% NFL max bet. For Sunday, I'll be attaching all my plays to that package, including all of my player props. And then we got a doubleheader on Monday Night Football as well. So you'll get all of my Monday Night Football action 3 days of football action for $49. Like I said, we've pulled in a profit now in 4 straight weeks, 4-1 last week. Our only loss was on Thursday Night Football. We're 5-1 with our 5% NFL max bets. And if you look at the calendar year of 2025, we're number 1 at Sports Memo. We had a great postseason last year, so if you look at January 1st, 2025 till now, we're number 1 in the NFL. So I would encourage you guys to go check that out. As always, my page is linked in the pinned comment, and I'm always posting free content over at X at StevesBook22, as well as at sportsmemo.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week for another one. Good luck.